Good evening, Northwest there. Here we are again, Puzzle Combat, and we're looking at the Manor of Legends, which has continued. Obviously, other things have happened in the meantime. Dam Busters has come and gone, and so on and so forth. Anyway, here we are. We're stage 5, looking at 3,000. We recommend 3,200 team power. Obviously, there's a lot of yellow heroes, which suggests purple would be a good colour to take. I'm kind of getting on to the point I'm starting to use 4 stars, but I'm going to go with Fiona. I'm going to go with Kasumi. I am going to go with one of my rookies, and then I'm going to go for 2 other heroes. Ideally, I would like a healer, but I don't think I have a suitable healer available. So I am going to actually swap this around like this and go for... There we go. So it does get tricky, the thingy-bob of Legends. My team power is actually lower there. I did see 3,026, so quite a bit lower than what they're recommending. The plus side is that obviously my purple heroes will do the extra purple tile damage will ensure that these yellow mobs are wiped out relatively quickly, which is good. Opens up a reasonable number of opportunities for me. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I just got out of the bath this evening, which was rather nice. But I've been to I went to the gym, as believe it or not, and so I was like, oh, you know what? I need to have a bath because I smell. And so here we are. There we are. I'm adding more detail to this video than I'm sure anybody wanted to know. So here we go. So lots of tile damage, relatively high. I'm not going to waste Fiona's special attack on one guy. Still, oh, there we are. Board reshuffle, quite handy. I know the next wave will be the bosses. Obviously, relatively tough. I haven't got battle items to sort of really mess things up. So I just have to kind of hope, I guess, that things go my way. They are looking pretty tough, aren't they? They're not looking like this is going to be an easy fight. The amount of damage my tiles are doing is relatively low. At least the Goldman is taking quite a pace in, but I think we're looking, actually it's looking reasonably strong here. I think I've got the right heroes for this one, simply in terms of the colours of my heroes, so that's good. Just leaves me with green on green, and not too worried about just facing off against Minamoto here. Not that, like, particularly as he's obviously, he's had his stats all increased because this is the end level of an event. He still should be manageable with the 4 guys that I've got. Yeah, level 5, that's another one down. So now I'm effectively fully onto 4-star heroes. So level 6 is going to be 4-star heroes. Let's just have a quick look at who we're up against. Yellows, blues, and 1 red. Yellows, blues, and 1 red. So I'm either going to go green or purple. Let's see. Or a mixture thereof. So let's go for 1, 2, 3, and green-wise we'll go for... seems a bit of a shame. No, I'm not going to use Throttle just yet. Save him for now, because Throttle, although Throttle is one of my leveled up heroes, and he's got the most emblems on him and so on and so forth, so he's particularly powerful. Well, I say particularly powerful. For a 4-star, he's essentially, because I've given him so many things, he's kind of masquerading as a 5-star, but not obviously a fully maxed out 5-star with all the emblems and so on. So that's the sort of the beauty of adding emblems to heroes. You can make them significantly more punchy against their weight. The reason I did that with Throttle is because I use him quite a lot as a healer come generic, remover of what do you call it? Excuse me, status ailments, and it's just really useful to have a hero who can keep your team alive, and that's his role in the game for me. Let's see, couple of nice moves there, plenty of tiles flying around. Moving on to the boss. Now, I am not going to set Rana off just yet. I often forget Rana is also a healer, because I tend to think of her as a what do you call it, counter-attacker, but actually she does heal, of course, as well. Let's see, get a couple of moves in here. Obviously, they are looking relatively tough. Jocasta is going to be the tough, or the most annoying one potentially here, because obviously if Jocasta keeps the others alive, well, that's obviously enough. Them being alive is bad. Okay, various tiles going off there. Accuracy has been reduced, so I'm going to hope that Chul misses with at least some of his attacks. Nope, didn't miss, but there we are. Chul is looking like he is going to die relatively soon, which is what I'm aiming for. I should have done... made a mistake there. I should have done this one first. Now, this time I will activate Rana because it's worth having a counterattack ready before somebody like Goldman's special skill goes off, because he may well kill himself. Didn't actually kill himself. I didn't seem to do that much damage to himself at all. Jocasta is going to go off fairly soon. There's not really anything I can do about it. Mana bar's full, so I may as well just throw a load of tiles at her. There we go. That's going to be annoying, and was always going to be annoying. This is the trouble with things like the Tavern of Legends, is that healers who, and they're normally okay, but they end up like ultra okay, way beyond okay, if they become a boss level enemy, because they just have so much more health lumped on them, which is quite a tricky one. So Jocasta, who is always a good hero, is now like an extremely good hero, which is going to be annoying. Going to be looking for, well, green is not going to be my ideal colour. I'm going to use a couple of health kits to keep Rocky in the game. Health kits are relatively cheap, so they're okay. I don't really mind sort of chucking a few of them in. But Jocasta, the issue here is just going to be Jocasta keeps healing herself. Not at least for too much, but she will keep herself alive for a fair amount of time. So getting her finished off could be quite tricky. The fact, as you can see, I mean, she's been hit by a load of tiles. Her health, her charge bar, went straight back up. At least she's not overly healing herself for the damage that is being done. Need to get some purple tiles into her, really, because green ones aren't that effective. And then some special skills, I'm thinking. But I think that it should be okay. This is just going to be one of these annoying ones where I'm dealing with a hero who is slightly overpowered, because she's been given all the sort of, the boosts that she gets from being a final stage boss. Which means that she's much more dangerous than she normally is. And, oh, there we are. There we are. Hooray! Next level of Manor of Legends down. There we are. 20 gold, 20 Manor of Legends coins. Does that mean I have to do a summons? It may do. Let's have a look. Nope. Where am I up to? 90. So I need, what I will do is I'll finish the next one, do the summon, well, hopefully finish the next one, do the summons, and then I think that'll do for this video, because it's probably, well, aside from anything else, it's my bedtime. And I am getting old, sadly. Okay, so stage 7, 3,800 team power, 7 world energy, and I'm looking at, again, a bit of a mixture. Probably one, well, purples I've used. Probably going to go blue, just simply because they're what I have available. Still using 4 stars at the moment. 1, 2, 3. Who else to take, really? Let's go for that one, and I will go for, I didn't use him, did I? No. Go for this. Let's just have a look at what I've got available to me. Yeah, I think that'll do. I might need to use some battle items here. Team power, again, below the recommended level. I can't, if I kept to the recommended level, I would simply put, I would not be carrying on, basically. I do not have the heroes to maintain the recommended level, so I have to go with what I have. There may be players out there who do have the heroes and maintain the recommended levels, and might take my hat off to you, says. But I cannot do that, so I am, well, officially, I guess I'm punching above my weight here. But there we are. Lots of holes being punched. Not doing too bad against the mobs, it's got to be said. The thing is with the Manor of Legends, if it's exactly the same as the Tavern of Legends from Empires and Puzzles, the mobs are not the hard bit. You can almost forget they are there. It's really the boss fight, which is where things will go wrong, and inevitably they do. Which is why I'm currently not using my what do you call it, special skills. Just going to let my heroes get their special skills up together, and at least, if nothing else, get some special attacks into my opponents. So here we are. Now this is going to be annoying. Let's go for this. What's his name? Jacob first. Jacob. It is Jacob. Then Hollow Point. Then Wallace. Then Thingamabob. At least this time there is no enemy healer, which is good, because Jocasta is a real... Having an enemy healer boss on an event like this is really annoying, because they just keep everyone alive, or they can keep everyone alive. Might need to think about using some special, some battle items in a moment. There we are. So I'm going to chuck in, just heal these guys a little bit. You'll notice I'm actually targeting most of my attacks at what's his name, Mr. Magnat. Basically, just because he is the one that's going to get the least from the tile damage. Accuracy down there. Not going to just have to live with that because I haven't got any antidotes. Antidotes can be really useful on almost any stage. You should take them, which is something I forgot to do. So here we go. Gosh. It's not an amazing board. At least I got some red tiles into Thingamabob. So it's going okay. I'm going to just heal up. Really horrible board. I'm not going to use... I could use the tactical reset. I'm still sort of... At this stage, I'm sort of trying to avoid using battle items unnecessarily. Possibly optimistic. I could use... You know, if I use the tactical reset there, I could probably end up with a much... nicer screen. Let's hope one of them is obvious. Oh, that's bad news. That's really bad news. Should have been more aware of that going on. Right, let's use the tactical reset because I don't really want to use to run out of heroes here. It's not looking amazing. I do have a ton of bandages, which is good. This could still go very, very, very badly wrong. Okay. At least he missed. That's good news. Mr. Magnet, surely Mr. Magnet is about to die. Surely. Chucking a couple of healing things here. There we are. He's gone. Right. At least he's out now. Where does this leave me? Have I got enough power to take out these guys with what I have left? Not sure. This might be a fail. This might be a fail. Looking at it, not feeling optimistic at the moment, certainly. Don't think I have the... don't think I've got the team power here to do this. I think this is going to be a fail. Unless I have... Nope. I think this is it. It's not looking good. Possibly should have gone with red heroes here, because then at least I would have been strong against one of the bosses rather than equal or weak against all of them. Yeah, I think this is a hit a flea job. Let's hit flea. So, unfortunately, well, that's annoying. That's 5 heroes wasted. 5 heroes I can no longer use. Bad news. Yeah, flee. Yes, flee. Okay. So, let's see. Well, I will take... I'm going to go 1. I'm trying to stick to 4 stars for now. Possibly wildly optimistic, but 3 reds. I do need somebody who's going to keep everybody alive. Counter-attacker, and I think I'm going to have to go for throttle here. Not going to go for time stops or anything like that, because let's just try it. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so this should set up a good attack. Red tiles, as you can see, are just doing a ton of damage. Like I say, the mob stages on this are almost irrelevant, because the mobs are simply just nowhere near as dangerous as the bosses. The bosses are horrific, and the mobs are just kind of mobs. I mean, I know the mobs are never quite as good, but on this, the difference between them and the bosses is just so pronounced. Really is just like OTT. There we are. So let's see. So hopefully I'll be in a better position when it comes to the bosses in a moment. I will probably be, well, I need to be less hesitant to use battle items. Try not to use time stops, simply because time stops are very expensive. And I'm always, as always, I'm short of them. Don't have anybody to armour me up, because I only am limited to which heroes I can take. The last few levels I'll be looking at using 5 stars primarily. Few 4 stars might creep in, but basically it's going to be 5 stars for the last few. With, unfortunately, because of the way this game works, a lot of healing potions, because this game is not very generous in terms of heroes that heal us. Let's see, go for this. There we go. Right, counter-attack is in place. Let's see. Tactical reset here. Faced with some extremely difficult bosses, I'm going to need to be ready to use things like mana potions to keep... Not mana potions, charge potions, sorry, to keep counterattacks and things in play. Annoyingly enough, my red tiles are not hitting Minamoto, who is the one they would do the most damage to. And he, typically enough, has not hit somebody who had counterattack up, which is fine. Going to heal and heal again. Red tiles there doing... Oh, even that wasn't that amazing, was it? Did some damage to Minamoto. And keep this going. Trying to... Oh, bulletproof bat. So I think it does feel like this is going better, because my heroes have a lot more health. But at the same time, it's not exactly flying through. This is where... this is the thing with the Manor of Legends, is it does get quite tricky. Or at least Tavern of Legends always did, and I'm assuming this will be exactly... Well, this is exactly the same. Let's just go for this and just hope. Nope, I think this is heal, and flip the board time. You can see the advantage here is that at least none of my tiles are weak against any of the bosses, which in hindsight I should remember that actually with the Manor of Legends you don't really need to worry as much about the mobs as the bosses. The bosses are where you're what you should focus against colour stacking, particularly as it's not like a challenge event where it's a race. You know, there's no time limit. You can spend as long on each level as you want. So focus on stacking against the bosses. Phew! And there we go. So, hooray! Hurrah! There we are. 25 legend coins and so on and so forth. 3 stages to go. I'm pretty confident I will get to the last one. I will do a video about that tomorrow, hopefully. So let's have a look at the legend summons. So I could get Jocasta, excellent healer. I could get... Oh, Jocasta, yep, excellent healer. 545 health for all allies. Awesome. Chul, who does his minor damage to target and automatically Does 20, reduces mana charge and things. That's quite useful. Yarlani is yellow tiles boost for attack. I've got Yarlani already. Letitia, I can't remember what Letitia does. Random enemies and regenerate health. Okay, not too bad. Mr. Magnat does like a what do we call it? Like blunderbuss style attack boost, which is quite useful, although it's only to one nearby ally. Parvati is a very good healer for herself and somebody nearby. Yeah, so she's very good as like a tank-ish thing, so she's quite useful. Umbra, I really like Umbra. I do have an Umbra. Deals damage to the target, but also there's a chance that they will then they will target their special skills at their allies, which is just awesome. Lovely skill. Xander, no idea. Xander, 225 damage to target. Max health is reduced. Can't receive, it reduces healing, so that's quite useful. Natalia, I've seen Natalia about a few times. Damage to all enemies. More effective when everyone's dead. 100% defense. 100% defense. Regenerate. So yeah, reasonable again. Goldman, 245 damage to target. Nearby enemies gets reduces accuracy, which is always useful, and remove buffs. So that's again quite a useful one. Minamoto, 38% charge generation and damage. Not amazing, Minamoto. And there we are. Those are the ones. That's what I could win. But let's see whether I get Lottie or who am I going to get? Basically, let's be honest. It's not going to be one of these guys. So let's see who I get. Boom! Aiko. There we are. I told you I wasn't going to get one of them. Aiko's okay. I mean, a 4-star, she's fine, but I've already got her, so not particularly helpful there. But I have an Aiko, and there we go. So as I say, well, what did I learn from that? What is there to teach? I would suggest that when you are doing the Tavern of Legends, if you're trying to choose your team, you choose your team based around the bosses rather than the mobs. On challenge events, I would argue probably most of the time you want to go the other way around because you want to get through the mobs as quickly as possible to get to the bosses, and then you just blitz them with bombs and everything else. Where there isn't a time limit, I would suggest you go for heroes that will be most effective against the bosses that you're going to face. And that is my tip for today. It may be wrong, and obviously other people are entitled to their own opinion on that. But there we go. Hopefully there is something useful in there for everyone. It just remains for me to say thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to like, share, comment and subscribe. It just remains then for me to say goodbye, good night, Hoilvar, and may death come swiftly to your enemies. Take care of yourselves. Wishing you all the best. Goodbye.